welcome to the Sunnydale Diaries, a podcast where I, Sean, and my friend Melanie
Hey, meat pie!
are watching every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and discussing them and their related themes. Today, we will be talking about episode 5 from season 2, Reptile Boy.
Mm-hmm.
We're like almost 25% of the way through the season already.
What a wild ride.
I feel like it just started season 2.
Me too. We're deep in it.
We are deep. So there is some drinking in this episode.
Yes.
Some alcohol.
Yes. Teenage drinking.
Yeah, not a good thing.
A very special episode. Oh, there's some adult themes in this one.
There are.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to touch on those.
But let's talk about the fun parts of it.
Yeah.
The fun parts of underage drinking.
Sure.
How old were you when you first had your first alcoholic drink?
I think I was 19. I was, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Maybe
What a
18.
good boy.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't hanging right with the right. No, you know what? Now that I think about it, I just remembered. I was 18.
Okay.
I think the first thing, it was a shot of vodka in my friend Tracy Sticks's apartment. And I remember she gave me the shot glass. And I sipped it. And she's like, don't sip it. I don't know.
Like it was a cordial?
Yeah. And of course, thought it was gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was like probably the first time I had a drink. Another time I remember, probably like a couple of months later, I ran into some people that I went to high school with, some girls. They came to the supermarket I was working at, and they said, come over when you're done working. And they had Bud Light and wine coolers. So I'm sure you know which one I went for.
Yeah.
Which one?
Same one I would have gone for. The wine coolers.
Exactly. Yeah. I think I had like half of one.
When I was little, my dad had problems, but but it was always just we were curious, of course, and my dad would say, well, just wet your lips with it. My dad was a Scotch drinker. Wet your lips. And so I was probably little when I tasted it. Of course, it was disgusting to me then.
Yeah.
Now, the first time I drank and enjoyed it, I was probably 16, 15, on a cruise with my parents. And my mom said, you're in international waters.
There are no rules.
There's no rules. You can have a drink. And she said, I don't know what to try it. She said, Sloe gin fizz. You ever had a Sloe gin fizz?
No, although I only found out recently it's spelled Sloe.
Yes. And it's very sweet. So that was it. And
you know what's in it?
Besides Sloe gin?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Something fizzy.
Yeah, something fizzy.
Okay.
Oh, man. All right.
All right.
So I'm going to have to look it up. But also, let's see. When my parents went away once, I had my friends over. I was probably 16, 17.
Oh.
And there was a lot of Kahlua flowing that weekend, I think. Because that was, that's another very sweet drink. That's what you drink when you're that age.
Yeah, that's
sweet.
That's what opens the door.
Ooh, yeah.
Does your mom know about that?
I don't know if she knows about that. I remember I was like, when they came home from wherever they were that weekend, I was hungover. If not still a little drunk, I was at least hungover because I was drinking like, what is it? White Russians? Like the vodka? Not yet.
Yeah.
Kahlua.
I think that's can have some vodka in it. Milk or cream.
Milk.
Cool.
Yeah. And then the first time I ever got drunk so much that I got sick, my mom does know this, was at a party at my friend's house, and they had wine coolers, Bartles and James. Man, I was pounding those things. And all the sugar in those things. I'm just remembering back now. And I was just laughing, having a great time.
It's great what's going on.
Until I was driving home. My friend was driving me home.
Okay.
I was in the passenger seat, had my head out the window.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this is not good. And as soon as I walked in the house, I knew I was going to be sick. And I actually, my mom woke up and she came in and held my hair for me. And she said, this is it. This is the only time I'm going to do this for you. And I said, you'll never have to do this again. I'm never drinking again.
I can attest to the fact that is not true.
That I have had a drink since then. Yes, I have.
The first time I got drunk, my friend Azad, I think she listens. She had a dorm on campus, and she was having a little get together, and she had beers. Heineken's.
Ooh.
So that was my first beer, and I probably drank 3, I think.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, I'm a lightweight.
Yeah.
Imagine Sean drinking his first beers.
Oh, man.
Lightweight.
The alcohol. I have an audio recording of myself and my roommate on my first year of college getting drunk, progressively drunker and drunker. So much so that we both French kissed our RA at some point in the hallway. We were so drunk. It was like the first week of school or something, and we were just having a great time.
When I was at orientation for college, it was like a 3-day thing over the summer. Like, we actually stayed over in the dorms. And the first night, some people brought some alcohol.
Yeah.
And they were drinking. They got caught.
Oh.
So, like, school year didn't even start yet. And, I mean, I don't know if like permanently ever had, like, they weren't kicked out or anything, but
it went on their permanent record.
I'm
I bet.
sure it did. I'm sure there were some infractions noted.
Yeah. What about like bad scenes with alcohol? Like in this episode, there's some bad stuff that happens. Like, have you ever been roofied?
I believe I was a couple of years, pretty recently, within the last 5 years. My husband and I were at a bar, and then we were at home. We didn't drive. We always Uber when we're going to go and have a drink. But we woke up in our bed and remembered nothing.
Both of you.
Both of us. I don't black out. They may be fuzzy, but as you remind me of the details, they become clear. I remembered nothing, and that was scary.
That's scary. I bet it's happened to a lot more people than realize it. Like, I bet people just think somehow they got really drunk. But yeah, it did happen to me once in a club in Tampa, and I had only had like 1 or 2 drinks, and then I was like so out of my mind drunk, but it wasn't like a drunk feeling. And my friends had to help me down the stairs to get out of the place, and I don't remember much. I just remember crying. I was so scared at how I felt about it. And the scary stuff. You gotta be careful.
That, you know, when it happened to me, same thing. It was 2 drinks.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm definitely not a heavy drinker, but normally I can
But you know what 2 drinks feels like.
Yes.
And you know when it's not right.
Right.
Yeah. Be careful out there, kids. Fellow 50-year-olds. Be careful.
Have you ever had moonshine? Like authentic, real moonshine?
No, I've had like the moonshine you buy in Gatlinburg at the, you know, I don't think that's real moonshine, but you?
Once.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you about this. It was from my first Florida job. Somebody was having a get-together, and I had a shot of it.
Yeah.
And suddenly...
Like lighter fluid?
Yeah. And, you know, not blacked out, but everything was very, very hazy.
Oh, wow.
And then a director from my job pushed me into the bathroom and was kissing me.
What?
Yeah.
HR.
Yeah. Well, I had just submitted a requisition to transfer that to that department.
To that department?
To that department.
Oh, man.
I took that back.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Then the closest thing I've ever had to that moonshine would be like hunch punch, you know, like great alcohol at a frat party, which transitions into the other thing this episode is about, fraternities. You weren't in a fraternity.
No.
I wasn't in a sorority. I did. My suite mates of my first year in college went through the whole rush process and all that, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I just don't. It wasn't really a consideration for me. It was just like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I remember there was
a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah.
I remember there was one on campus where, like, if the guys rush.
Yeah.
Okay, not just a girl thing.
No.
Like, anytime they were walking around campus, they basically had to, I wouldn't even call it march, but just like stomp. It was like you had to bring attention to them so they would look and laugh, I guess. But like, you know, walking like through the lecture, it was. That's what comes to mind.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I don't think we had any like fraternity houses on campus. They were all off campus.
Oh.
But I remember one like being like, you know, like, oh, you got to go to the Delta Sigma Chi, like anything like that.
So you never went to a frat party? Did you go to frat parties?
You know, I went to a lot of parties in college. I'm sure some of them were frat parties.
Oh, I don't think I went to a lot of parties. Yeah. I didn't. My first 2 years, I did not. I did go to a couple frat parties because my roommate was friends with some frat guys. And I went to one toga party and I went to a pool party. There was Hunch Punch, at least one of those. I don't remember a lot of them. I do remember that I was like, an hour or so in, I was like, I need to go. It wasn't for me. Yeah, some craziness, I guess. Okay. And some hazing. I don't think that's so much a thing anymore. There's like laws and stuff.
Yeah, that's every time I read an article about that, it's just sad.
It is
sad. So unnecessary.
Yeah.
All right, how to bring it back to the lightheartedness.
Yes.
What is your favorite memory of me being inebriated?
Oh.
There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, no. It's got to be your house party. Was it the first house party I went to?
Yeah,
2012. At your house?
Christmas of 2012.
Christmas, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
And you were so drunk, but you were having so much fun. That was a fun party. We were all having fun. That's one of the few parties that I actually stayed like late until almost everybody was gone. And there was just a very small group of us left down by the fire pit.
Yeah, it was going after midnight.
Yeah. But yes, you were very drunk and you were singing funny songs, and I still like to tease you about it. And
only 11:37.
It's only 11:37. I did have a video of that at some point.
I'm sure it's on my Google photos.
I don't know.
Somewhere.
And then also you were talking about you made me a T-shirt of it.
Yes.
We were talking about a very famous adult movie that was filmed here in Tampa called Pirates. And we were talking about that, and you were being very funny about it.
Yes.
That's my favorite memory of you being inebriated.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
It was pretty recent. I think within the last year, we had gone to Safety Harbor.
Yeah.
And you had gotten the one at the street festival. You
got the margaritas.
And you were drunk. And we went for it was past dinner. I think we went like for a late snack or something. But you were just silly. And the car ride was silly.
We were in several Ubers that night, going different places.
Yes, I was showing you things on my phone, and you're like, too much. It was. I got to go to that one.
That's fun. That Safety Harbor Festival is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went with my husband once, and I had that margarita that place made, and I was so drunk. And so then it was like a third Friday thing. Mm-hmm. The next month, I was like, Sean, we got to go back. Yes. Get the margaritas.
I'll go again. I like that.
That's fun. Yeah.
The night of that party, I was drinking Crown Maple.
God, you remember Crown Maple? Oh, it was so good.
It was so good, but man, that next
so
day,
good.
I was hurting. It was bad.
Oh man,
there's a lot of Crown flavors now. There's Crown Apple and a few. I think maybe a bunch.
None of them are gonna be as good as that Crown Maple. Oh, it was good. So good.
So good. You know what is not good?
No.
A lot of the behavior in this episode.
This is true. Nice segue.
Sure. It's what I do. Episode 5. Reptile Boy. You start out with a Bollywood movie.
Yeah. What's that about?
It
was like a little slumber party. Well, and they're all hanging around there watching this Bollywood movie. And Buffy is fake braiding Willow's hair. She just keeps twisting the same bit of hair over and over again.
But Xander was too.
It's on the other side. Yeah. I don't know. It's a little weird. And Willow was fake eating a pretzel rod.
I didn't notice. You always notice the fake eating.
It annoys me so much. I mean, I guess there's a practicality to that. How many takes do they have to do? They can't be eating.
Yeah. I get it.
10 takes of so many pretzel rods.
Xander did with the Twinkies.
Yeah. Hopefully that was like one take.
I thought you.
I did. I looked it up. It was many takes, but he's committed.
I think next time that we're over at your house, we should both start playing with your husband's hair.
He doesn't have any hair.
A little bit of stubble.
All right, yeah. We'll both just sit behind him, just kind of rub the short hair. He does. I tease him because he's got on his legs. He doesn't have a lot of hair on his legs.
We've talked about this. Yeah, because you were feeling mine, and I felt it was.
Yeah,
weird.
You've got very hairy legs. He does not. No, it's funny. Yeah, okay.
Willow's wearing overalls.
I didn't notice.
Yeah. I think she.
I like an overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're talking about what to do that night, and
because there's a lull.
There is a lull.
Things are quiet in Sunnydale, even though it's not summer break.
No, so apparently, people take lots of vacations, or they would like to. I guess vampires take.
The monsters do too
throughout the year.
Yeah.
Willow suggests maybe going the bras and sneaking in their own tea bags and asking for hot water, because that's what you do at the club. Have some tea.
Tea and pastries. So we do with the bronze.
And then we run into, well, we don't run into, a girl runs into.
That chick jumps
Yeah.
out of that house.
Through the window.
She jumps out and takes off running. She was very athletic.
Yes, she was moving.
Here's another pet peeve I have, though. If you're running for your life, there's things behind you that are going to cause you harm, or at least you think they are. You don't, like, take the time to run and look back. You just keep running.
Yeah.
And luckily she had on sneakers, and she was good as she got up over that wall. I was very impressed with her athleticism.
The chase went on longer than I thought it would.
It did.
Because I was kind of, like, half paying attention at that part.
I mean, I had to go through the cemetery.
Did you think that
everything borders the cemetery in this town?
Well, think about
it's like the center of the town.
It's a big cemetery. Do you think that whatever that building was, like, I thought maybe that was like a part of the school, just a different angle, just like the way the architecture looked? Did you think so, or you thought it was a house?
What she jumped out of?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a house.
Okay.
I mean, there are things that go on that late at night at this school. That she could have been at school. I don't know. But yeah, I assumed it was a house.
Okay. Scary. The people chasing her are hooded. Wearing hooded robes.
Yep. Very mysterious.
Kind of like a Porky Pig Friar Tuck. I forgot that I had changed my text notification.
For me?
For you, whenever you text me to play that song.
Yes.
I was walking around Publix yesterday, and I guess I had my volume up, and it went off. I'm like, oh, I thought I turned it off.
I love it.
If you're new to the podcast, that's a reference back to a season 1 episode where Buffy had a quarterstaff, and the monks get her.
Yep, and they know her name, and I couldn't tell when they caught up with her. The look on her face, for a second, I thought she was laughing, but she wasn't. She was grimacing like she was scared. But I thought, oh, maybe she knows them, and this is some weird, hide and seek game they're playing. I don't know. It's like a weird sex thing. I don't know what's going on. You never know in this show.
That is true.
But no, she was scared. But they knew her name. And they said, whatever her name was, Carrie?
So.
Cassie? Carrie? Whatever.
Let's see.
We're just starting. And then that's it. And then opening.
Well, credits.
No Giles voiceover.
Not in that one.
In this episode.
You're right. Because that's normally the first line of the credits. You're right.
Yeah.
Then we get Cordelia. Fake laughing in a sweater vest.
How terrifying is that? If you're conversing with this girl, man or woman, and she busts out with that crazy laugh, you're gonna be like, "Holy cow!"
I like how she does that over the top. There's like in the Puppet Show episode. Remember when she was singing and it was so horrible.
Yes.
I'd like to meet her. She's actually at Pensacola this weekend.
Oh yeah, why?
Yeah, the con.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Let's go. Road trip.
Okay. I went. Yeah, I know you're going on that one in the summer, and
I am. I haven't even looked to see. I'm going to Dragon Con. I'm going to go to Tampa Bay Comic Con with my nephew, hopefully, which is just before, like the week before or weekend before Dragon Con.
Okay.
Surely there will be some Buffy people there. I'll have to look.
Well, if there are, I mean, ask if I could tag around.
Of course.
Tag along.
Of course.
Ooh, tag-alongs are about the Girl Scout cookies.
All right, so then Buffy and Willow were talking about Angel,
the dreams that Buffy was having.
Yes.
With surround sound.
Yes. And they're talking about how Buffy should just ask him for coffee or something.
It's the non-relationship drink of choice.
Yeah, it's not a date. It's a caffeinated beverage.
Did you go on a lot of...
Sure, it's hot and bitter like a relationship.
Did they say that?
Yes, Willow says that.
Okay. I was like, that's really good. Did you go on a lot of coffee dates?
I've been on some coffee dates.
Okay.
Like a first date.
Yeah.
You know, like a blind date. Meet for coffee.
Yeah.
It's like very low pressure and doesn't take that long. And if you're hitting it off, you can go somewhere else.
Right.
You know, it's good.
Good starter date.
Yeah. Okay. And then I notice Xander's outfit in this scene it's almost average.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a
Like a t-shirt
button
with a
up.
button up
Yeah,
over
I
it.
mean it's a line button up, but you know, still. And Buffy is wearing a black bra underneath a very light lacy top.
Mm-hmm. Is that a 90s thing?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I had a very similar outfit, but mine was like 5 years before that. I had a very light cream silk top, and I used to wear a black bra under that, and then black biker shorts. Yeah. And the top was like a bodysuit, so it kind of looked like it was like a blousey tuck-in thing. And then the biker shorts, and then little ankle boots, black ankle boots with scrunched down socks.
Well, of course.
And a velvet hat.
Okay.
A velvet hat that I still have, so I'll have to show you that sometime.
I just need to see you in the hat.
It was a cute outfit.
Perhaps if I come over this weekend for Butter Pop-Tarts.
Oh,
you
yes.
can break out the hat.
Yes. Okay.
We get a little bit of verbal sparring between Xander and Cordelia.
Yes.
I always enjoy that.
Again, Cordelia. She flip-flops.
She does flip-flop.
Sometimes she's nice, sometimes she's not.
Yeah.
Giles is giving Buffy a little gruff about being prepared.
Mm-hmm.
He feels like she's slacking because there's a lull.
Yeah, things are more normal in Los Para.
But she's fine.
She
he tried a little something with her, and she gave him what for.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
But she is the Slayer.
And then but he says he's putting his foot down. She better come and train, and then she's outside, and 5 minutes after that, she's outside dawdling
In her giraffe pants.
Yeah, in her giraffe pants.
Mm-hmm. Xander skipped 3 classes. I mean, I know we've talked about skipping class previous episodes.
Yeah.
And 3? I never would have skipped 3 in one
How
day.
does Principal Snyder not notice that? Where is Xander? He's hanging out in that lounge area. What's he doing?
He got a free.
He's got 3 frees.
3 frees. It's a lot of frees. I was like, wow, that's a lot. And then, again, bad Cordelia. Why did she just crash into Willow? Completely uncalled for. In her sweater vest.
Yeah.
And a car pulls up.
It squeals up.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, here come the bad guys.
But you know it's not?
They're what?
It's not a Cadillac.
No, it's not a cad.
Sheila loves
It's not a cad.
Yeah.
And so we meet the frat boy Richard.
Mm-hmm. Richard
Anderson, who I always look up now who is playing these people, and the guy's name is Greg Vaughn.
Yes, it is.
He's done all the hunky guy roles on TV.
Mm-hmm.
He's currently a Brady on Days of Our Lives.
Yep.
But he's also been on General Hospital, Young and the Restless, and he was in Children of the Corn 5.
They made 5 of them?
Oh, I think they've made more than that, but this one was direct to video.
Okay.
Children of the Corn 5, Fields of Terror, which also starred Alexis Arquette and Eva Mendes, wife of Ryan Gosling. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so go ahead.
So I also looked up Greg Vaughn because I saw him. I'm like, yes. I know him.
Yeah, you do.
So I know him from Charmed. He was in either the first or second season. He played Holly Marie Combs, who played Piper, had 2 love interests that season, and he was the next door neighbor.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The boy next door.
The hunky
boy next door. Yeah, he's definitely the hunky guy.
And I saw also he was Eric Brady from Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
Who also played Eric Brady.
No.
Jensen Ackles.
Oh, Supernatural. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Supernatural Brady connection.
In this show, he is a little hunky, but what a douche.
Yeah, he's
El Douche.
Yeah. And I always had to look up, all right, how old is this supposed college senior? He was 24 at the time it was filmed, so I'm okay with that. I can deal with that.
All right. He's not 40.
College, yeah.
He's no pack.
the pack bullies.
The pack bullies.
And we also meet Tom Warner, who I wrote down. He's at least 35. He wasn't. He was 28. But he just, I want to say he looked old because, younger than I am right now.
He had to look mature because he was the emotionally mature, nicer guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not as douchey. Mm-hmm. I immediately don't like Richard. He calls Buffy sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Demeaning.
Ugh.
Yes, Richard Anderson. Wasn't MacGyver played by Richard Dean Anderson?
He was.
Okay. I've heard Richard Anderson.
Nice callback.
It rang a bell. Okay.
They want Buffy to come to their party. Mm-hmm. And then Cordelia wants Buffy to come to the party so she can go to the party too, of course. Mm-hmm. But
Tom Warner. He doesn't really like his fraternity, but Dad was in it, his grandfather.
He's got to do it. He's got to do it. So you feel for him.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. And then not weird at all that Giles shouts for Buffy across the quad.
Yeah.
Buffy.
Sorry, the librarian needs me.
Yes, exactly. Right? A little weird.
All the cards are out of the catalog.
So then she's back in the library with him, and he says, "I'm going to attack you." How many vampires or monsters do you think show up? And then when she's doing patrol, they're like, "I'm going to attack you now."
He was flying over the table. Do you remember Tapper? It was an arcade game. Yeah. Where like they would swing down the pitcher of beer or root beer.
There was a root beer tapper version too.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's how he went down that table. Like a root beer on Tapper. He flew. I think it's funny when he tries to trade her. She always just kicks him.
I know. She doesn't need his training, but okay. So then she's patrolling the cemetery, and there's Angel.
Yeah.
Angel's there for his 5-minute scene. But then, like, they're talking, and it's like a very weird flirtation, like very aggressive and a little violent. The way he's like grabs her and kind of shaking her,
and then even her line of "When you kiss me, I want to die."
Yeah,
like I feel like
they
turn the volume up. We missed something. I mean,
you think
like something that happened off screen.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And then she just runs off after saying that. She's gone.
I don't know, but she also found a necklace.
Yes,
and it has blood on it, and he smelled that.
Yes,
that's how we knew.
And okay. 3 letters.
3 letters. Then we're in the basement. A cave. What is that?
A crawl space. Let's go with that. It's combination basement cave.
That's a big crawl space.
Yes.
All right.
I had to fit Makita.
Makita. Who we serve. Delta Zeta Kappa. And then I was like, they were doing the initiation ritual or whatever, and they're swearing their allegiance to Makita, and they're holding like a staff? What is it? A staff?
Yeah. Kind of like a scepter, but small.
Well, at first I thought it was like a branding thing. I was like, ooh, this is one of those weird hazing things. They're going to brand each other. But I don't think they did. I think they just lifted it up. I don't know.
Well, you said because I think Greg Vaughn at the end, he has like scars on his back.
Is Stott Greg Vaughn? That's
the other guy.
The other guy, yeah. But yeah. So then I was like, oh, wow, this is some weird hazing stuff. And I was like, oh, 1996, there was some weird stuff going on. Maybe. But we don't see that much of that. We just know that there's something called Makita that we serve.
Back to school.
And Buffy's telling Xander and Willow about her date, right? She's telling them about her date to the frat party. No, that she's going to the frat party with the frat guy.
Yes.
And then Xander's response, this made me laugh. He said, "Oh, Buffy, I don't think so." But the way he said it was so like Trixie Katya, like, "Oh, girlfriend, yes. I don't think so."
There were,
triple snap.
Although there were some probably problematic points in this episode, there are a lot of little laughs that I had.
Yeah.
In here.
Yeah.
Cordelia is giving Buffy the rules of
yes.
how you handle yourself.
Yes.
At the party. She also said that she respects Buffy too much to be dishonest. Which I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. You go back for a second.
Sure.
When Buffy's talking to Willow about the frat party, and Willow's like, "There's a frat party, there's gonna be drinking and older guys and probably an orgy."
Yeah. And then Xander's like, "What? Orgy?"
Yeah. All right, so yeah, do's and don'ts with Cordelia, and then Buffy and Cordelia skid into the party in Cordelia's car with the license plate that says Queen C. I love that. And then walk in, there's some generic rock music going on because it's a party. And then Richard is trying to ply them with liquor right off the bat. And Buffy's like, "No, thank you."
My notes are just party, ew.
Party, ew. I do have, and then Cordelia wants to go see the giant 48-inch screen TVs.
48.
48 inches. Was that half the size of your TV right now?
I'm looking at my 75 inch. It was like under $500.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how
I know.
that's changed.
But they have 2 of them, so it's a rockin' party.
That's a lot of it.
I have a good bit of trivia here for you.
Okay.
At least I think it is.
Okay.
So then we see Xander gets a drink. He sneaks in. He gets a drink. He's walking around. And there is a guy who's walking straight toward the camera. He's a pledge. He's got a tray of drinks. Mm-hmm. And he's got on a Playboy bunny corset or something and a bow tie. And other thing was his pledge. That is Liam Kyle Sullivan, who is the guy who in 2006, 10 years after this, I guess, went on to make the viral video Shoes. These shoes rule. These shoes suck. He dressed in drag as a character named Kelly. You have no idea? All right, pause this. How do you not know this?
Normally I know this
Oh my
stuff.
God.
So I can confirm I have never seen that.
My trivia is wasted on you.
Well, I'm sure someone will appreciate it.
I hope so.
I mean, I can see how that was viral. It just
oh my gosh.
It was not a virus icon.
It's so crazy. It's such a crazy thing. And it was such a big thing for one moment. One moment in time. Okay.
All right.
So anyway, we're at the party, and then Richard comes out and he says something about his junk bonds. Like, even the most affluent frat boys, I don't think they're going to care about junk bonds. No.
Can I ask you a Xander question?
Of course.
He's talking to 2 girls.
Yes.
And he made what was he holding?
Crab claws.
That's what they were. So
they were little crab claws.
Okay, I was like, at first I thought he was holding 2 joints. I'm like,
no, crab claws. And those girls were entertained.
Oh yeah.
And then the guys were like, "Who's this doofus?" I was like, "What? Leave him alone. He's having a good time. The girls are having a good time." Poor Xander.
They're typical frat boys.
Yeah, I guess so.
Another question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who wears a tie to a party? You're the guy wearing a tie.
Was he a pledge?
He looked like 58. So.
He just got off his day job.
Or I never got that early. Like you go to the club, people wearing ties. Just
it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable.
No,
I had to wear a tie when I worked at the mall at the Santa stage, taking photographs of the kids.
My first Florida job, and I was there 7 years. We had to wear ties. I mean, they relaxed it a little bit. I think. Like Fridays you didn't have to, and then they changed to Thursday, Friday. But
and then there was a rebellion.
The Boxer rebellion.
Yeah, they were like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Before that, I didn't know how to tie a tie.
Wow.
So when I came down for my interview, my husband pre-tied it for me.
Yeah, she knew to slip it over and
it just tightened it
up.
But you do it a couple of times. Now it's muscle memory. I probably haven't worn a tie and. I think when's the last wedding I went to? It's been a while. I wasn't wearing a tie for that. It's been a while.
There you go.
But now I could just do it.
Yeah. I know. My first job I wore like business suits and stuff. My first real job, and pantyhose and heels. And I thought when I left that job, I was like, the next job I have, I will not have a requirement of wearing this crap. So not me.
What's the point of pantyhose? I don't get it.
They make your legs look nice.
Your legs look nice anyway.
Well,
just like even?
Even, yeah. Evenly colored. And also, you wear them that they help your shoes stay nicer inside your shoes. Don't get as stinky, maybe.
Okay.
From bare feet.
My husband was asking me this the other day. Remember when supermarkets used to have like that little section of the little things with pantyhose and like the
eggs?
Yeah, the egg.
They still do have a little section of pantyhose. It's just not eggs anymore. Okay. It's a little cardboard box. But they still do have that section. Okay. It's next to the nail polish. You wouldn't go there.
I never go down that aisle in the supermarket.
It's all like compressed. The baby stuff aisle is there with the Q-tips and cotton balls, nail polish, and the pantyhose. This has been your lesson of Publix geography.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And the frat guys go after Xander. New pledge.
Yeah. Poor Xander. And then they manage to convince Buffy that they convince her that she needs to be mature.
And mature means?
Drinking.
Exactly.
But then she says, forget it, I'm tired of being mature. And drinks. That's weird.
Responsible would have been better than mature.
I
Like,
guess.
She's tired of being responsible. She saw a piece of broken glass outside. But then she notices the boarded up window.
Uh-huh.
And she just throws the glass when,
Yeah.
that's a hazard. She downs that. Yeah, to me, I assumed it was tequila, just given the clearness of it.
Yeah, who knows?
And then we go to the library, and Willow and Giles are playing Wordle.
I put back at the library where, of course, is dim lighting.
It's after dark.
Learning about the missing girls. And Willow actually says the word gulp.
Did she?
Yes.
I missed that.
Gulp.
Is that when she figures out?
Yes.
Yeah,
They figure it out.
Kent, meeting Kent Prep. Oh, a school we've never heard about before.
Yeah.
Okay. Xander's dancing in drag.
Yep.
Poor guy.
Yep. But then the party's breaking up. They must have served the coffee. They're forcing Xander out the door. Party's over, jerkwater.
Yeah, I was like
Jerkwater.
Jerkwater. Is that what they? I had to go back and check. Like jerkwater.
That's what they said.
That was like the. I don't know if his hair was very blonde or bald, but he's not the one that like at least 37.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. If maybe that was meat pie. He looked like a meat pie. He did. Could have been meat pie. Then we're back to the frat basement, and that's when you see the ritual scarring on not Richard, the other guy.
But Buffy is drunk before that, isn't she? It's okay.
Buffy goes upstairs. She's obviously drunk, we think, or drugged or something. She's out of sorts, wobbly. She goes up to some room with a perfectly made bed and lays down on the bed.
I mean, if you're drunk enough and you're tired, I know, like, when I've been drinking and I get tired, I want a bed. I don't care who bed it is.
You're just gonna wander in some house to some strange bed. No. I don't know. As a girl, as a woman, no. That you call an Uber or you call a friend and you exit.
Okay, but
you don't just go lay in some random bed.
I agree.
All right, I get it.
No, I agree. If it's like a strange, I mean, it's like if I'm at somebody's house that I know. If it was a stranger's house,
yeah. Like if you're,
just
you're at a frat house.
Well,
a rager at a frat house. You're not going to go lay in some guy's bed.
Mm-hmm. Perfectly made
even though it's perfectly made up and very clean in there.
And then, so she passes out. Yeah. Camera pans over. Cordelia is also.
Yeah.
So did they drag her there? Was she trying to make it on the bed?
she missed. She missed.
Yeah. Then we're down.
We're down in the basement cave.
Crawl space
for the ritual scarring on Tom. Is that his name? Tom. Okay. But again, we don't know that much. There's more ritual stuff going on. Mm-hmm. Then we're back in the library, and Angel's there. He made his appearance. He's in there. And Willow says something about how he doesn't have a reflection. How do you shave?
Yeah. I rewound it a couple of times because like she's like peering at something behind them.
Yeah.
Like looking so attentive. Yeah. Like what? Oh, his reflection. Yeah, that made me laugh.
And then they're like, well, let's all go to the frat house. And Willow then unleashes her little bit of rage on them about how they're both idiots.
Yes.
I liked that.
Yeah. She spoke up and I'm glad.
Yeah, it was good.
Two things in that scene. One of them was that Buffy found the bracelet near the south wall. Therefore, it's a fraternity house. Like, there's nothing else on this south wall.
No, that's all that's...
I don't know that I would have...
Because it's on the south wall, and then everywhere else is cemetery. Everywhere else in Sunnydale is cemetery.
Okay, fine.
All right.
While Willow's lashing out, she said, she's 16 going... Buffy is 16 going on 40. Which reminded me of a very funny movie, 13 going on 30.
Oh, such a good movie.
And then we go back to the frat house.
And we meet Makita.
So when Greg Vaughn was dropping the 3 rocks in the pit, one rock, I kept rewinding because it sounded like a dog training clicker to me.
Oh,
and I was like, is that how he's getting Makita out of the
come, Makita, come.
Yes.
Good boy.
Yeah, like click. That's how I train my dogs. But no, he was dropping rocks.
So, what are your thoughts on Makita and the special effects of Makita?
Were there special effects or was it just a costume?
There had to. He was levitating on his tail, levitating above the
I
floor.
just thought that was like, some ropes we couldn't see. I don't know.
Oh,
actually...
maybe.
I thought his costume looked better than other costumes we have seen. He had a pretty small mouth. Like, what?
I wrote that too. I was like, they're like, eat her, go ahead, feed. I'm like, how is he gonna feed? He could
Nibble.
And then when he was attacking, he was kind of like hugging.
Yes, he hugged Cordelia.
Like, this is the most affectionate monster.
Well, I think that would go to Elmore Grover. Most affectionate.
All right. Okay. Wow.
But yes,
in this show anyway.
We had the same thoughts.
All right. And they find out, and so this is like a yearly thing on the 10th day of the 10th month. It's my grandmother's birthday.
I feel like that date actually means something to me too, but I can't think of what.
Okay. So then we're in the big fight scene, both upstairs and downstairs. And I was laughing at Xander on that guy's back. He's like, that's for the makeup. That's for the bra. That's for the last 16 and a half years.
Yeah.
That did make me laugh.
He was beating up Tie Guy. Buffy slices and dices.
Yeah.
Makita is chopped in half.
Yeah.
And everybody meets back up.
Yeah.
Angel and them come down.
I wrote throughout all of this, Cordelia's satin dress remains unwrinkled, and there's not a run in Buffy's stockings. Perfect. Pristine.
A laugh out loud moment was when Cordelia, like, you did it, you saved us, and hugged Angel.
Yes.
And then right after that, you guys, I just hate you guys.
Yes.
The weirdest
things happen.
And then the Bronze's coffee bar tonight.
Having some pastries and tea.
Yeah. Cordelia thanks Jonathan.
Yeah. Who is Jonathan? Was he the kid under the bleachers?
The kid in the closet with Inca Mummy Girl.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay.
Danny Strong.
Okay.
He brings over some coffee
Cordelia.
But it's not right.
It's not right.
Forgot the extra foam.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that scene from Scream Queens where, what is her name?
Emma Stone.
Emma
Roberts.
She's ordering a coffee and she's like, I want a no foam latte at 210 degrees with no foam. Oh, she says no foam like 12 times.
I'm sure I saw it because I did watch that show.
It's what I thought of when I heard, but Cordelia wanted the extra foam.
I went to the Bucks today to get some coffee for my husband because he was feeling very tired and sleepy.
Aww.
And I just order off the menu. I'm like, whatever, mocha, whatever. And then as I was at the window waiting for my order, I was listening to them taking the order of the person behind me. And it was a very complicated order like that. I was like, how do people learn these things? These really crazy, crazy coffee orders. They're like, and I want a separate cup and put the foam in that one.
It's not fair to the people at Starbucks. I feel bad
that's the thing at Starbucks is their, customization and they're baristas, so they should be able to do all of that tricky stuff. But still, people are nuts.
Well, given my anxiety,
yeah,
like if I need to order something a little bit unusual,
do you rehearse it?
Well,
I'll
only order it through the app, where you can custom. I'm not saying because I'm gonna forget something and then I'm gonna stammer and then I just have to walk out.
Yeah. If I go to the drive-thru, I have to rehearse it before I get up there.
Oh, I don't go through the drive-thru.
You don't know too much.
It is
too much stress.
Well, it's not even the stress, but the Starbucks up here by me. Any time of day, the drive-thru line is insane.
Yeah.
So I get a little satisfaction in parking my car, walking in, getting my drink, and the drive-thru line
it's the same car. Yes.
Well, and now the one by me in that pickup counter, they actually have little areas with little plaques with letters of the alphabet.
They just added that in the window too. Yes.
E through M. Yes. So you're not. I don't like having to pick through everybody's drink, but I need to find my name.
And I do have a suggestion for the baristas at Starbucks. It would be so much nicer if you would turn so the label is facing out, so I don't have to turn everybody's cup to find my cup.
I agree with you.
That's a minor thing, but since they go through the trouble of making those little alphabetized areas, that would be an extra step.
But even my go-to, which is a non-fat either vanilla or hazelnut latte, with 2 pumps, I feel is too much to ask for.
That's a lot.
I would go beyond that because some of them are crazy.
Yeah, I know, it's funny.
So Jonathan forgot the foam.
Yeah.
And then we pan over to Xander, Willow, and Buffy's entry in the newspaper. All of them have been sentenced to consecutive life sentences. That is a fast trial.
And already, like, corporation CEOs are jumping out of windows and getting raided by the FBI. And man, yeah, that's fast. If only things moved that quickly in real life.
Especially certain trials.
Yes.
Buffy's hair is very curly.
I gotta say, I'm not a fan of Buffy's hair in this episode.
It almost seemed shorter. And then I don't think it was that curly the whole episode.
Yeah, it was curled up or something. I don't know. Like she had little flips.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Trying something new, I guess.
Xander says, "Angel, Angel, Angel." Does every conversation have to come around to that freak? Then Angel walks
hey,
out.
Man.
How you doing?
Hey, man.
Have you ever had a moment like that where you're talking about someone and the person is?
Oh, I'm sure I have.
I was thinking of
mortifying
a time because I wanted to make sure I asked you about that. But the junior year of college, probably 25 years ago this week, actually, had just started a new course, clinical chemistry, and it was 3 hours. And like the first hour and a half, they're going on about how to make the professor's going about how to make distilled water.
Oh.
And it was very, very dry, which is ironic.
The water was, yes.
And we got a break, and there was, I think it was a Starbucks by our lecture hall. So I go with 2 friends, we're in line, and I just turn to them, I'm like, "This class is horrible." And she just like gives me a look. I turn around, the professor was literally behind me. Not like a few knew right behind me.
Did he acknowledge you?
No.
Okay.
And then that was it, right? That's
it. Oh, and then Angel's like, "Maybe we can get coffee sometime." Yeah. Sometime. And then she walks away, and there's some lyrics that are probably pertinent to her doing what she did.
Right. And we're done.
That's it.
Yeah, Reptile Boy.
Yes.
I'm good not seeing this one again.
Yeah. Stakes?
1 3/4.
Oh, wow. I think that's the lowest rating you've given so far. Is that lower than the pack?
I feel like I gave more. I don't think I've ever given it a 1 point something before.
Wow.
I feel that it did nothing to further the season's plot along. Mm-hmm. There's no, there was no Spike. There's no Jane Calendar.
Well, it kind of moved Angel and Buffy's along a little, establishing that they're gonna try and
I'll give
see how it goes. But other than that, no, I was gonna give it 2.
Well, then the drugging, chaining up.
I'm telling you,
I'd be good. I feel like this is one of the ones that I, watched once in the late 90s and probably have not watched it since.
Okay.
I mean, I remembered the plot somewhat, but yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Favorite line? I had a couple on this one.
For me, I think it was, I liked "Here I Stand in All My Doltishness."
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
And then just Cordelia's at the end. You guys, I just hate you guys.
That was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. Mine would be the, "Oh, Buffy, I don't think so." Xander saying, "I don't think so, girlfriend." And then the coffee discussion where Willow says coffee is bitter like a relationship, hot and bitter like a relationship. That's kind of funny.
Didn't remember hearing it, but I like it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Cool. Well, that's it. I guess we'll wrap up and say, please give us a review or feedback if your platform allows for it. Visit us on our socials, which are
Instagram, Facebook, Reels, YouTube, all
Discord.
Yep. The Sunnydale Diaries for all of them. If you need a link to the Discord server, we've got a few more people join. Thank you. The link is towards the top of our website. There's a little button that you can click to get an invite to the Discord server.
Our website being
thesunnydalediaries.com.
If you have any questions or suggestions for the podcast, you can email us at
thesunnydalediaries@gmail.com.
That's right. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
Please. Good and bad.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We strive for feedback.
I did find the recipe for a slow gin fizz.
Okay.
It is 1.5 ounces of Sloe gin, 1 ounce of lemon juice, 3/4 ounce simple syrup, some club soda for the fizz, garnished with a lemon wedge and a cherry.
Those sound sweet.
Maybe we'll have to try it.
With the
But then we'd be stuck with a whole bottle of Sloe gin. I don't know what else you do with Sloe gin besides the Sloe gin fizz.
I'm sure we can find
things. We'll just have a lot of people over and it'll be a Sloe gin fizz party.
Sloe gin fizz butter Pop-Tart party.
Everybody gets, oh man. Woo. There's gonna be vomiting.
We will see you next week for Halloween.
Yeah.
Drink responsibly.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.